Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are on this planet, welcome in. This is your FIFA World Cup 2026 Daily Show, and I promise you right now, you do not want to miss a single second of what we are about to break down. We have 10 matches to get through. We have standings that are shifting. We have giants standing tall, and we have underdogs that are refusing to lie down. So let's not waste another breath. Let's get into the football. We start in Group K, and we start with a statement so loud it echoed around the entire tournament. Portugal 5, Uzbekistan 0. 5. And they did not wait around. 6 minutes into the match, and Portugal were already ahead. The floodgates opened almost immediately after. By the 17th minute, it was 2-0. By the 39th minute, 3-0 at halftime. Uzbekistan never had a chance to breathe, never had a chance to settle, never had a chance to believe they could get back into this game. And the names on that Portugal team sheet read like a fantasy football manager's dream. Cristiano Ronaldo leading the line, Bruno Fernandes orchestrating in midfield, João Felix and Pedro Neto providing that electric width, Vitinha and João Neves controlling the tempo in the engine room. This is a Portugal side that is clicking, that is firing, that is dangerous. The second half brought more of the same. In the 60th minute, goal number 4. Then deep into the 87th minute, as if to hammer home the message, goal number 5. Portugal finished the game with 66% possession, 16 shots in total, and 9 on target. Uzbekistan managed just 2 shots on target all evening. 2. The Portuguese goalkeeper Diogo Costa had almost nothing to do. He was essentially a spectator in a green jersey. Now here is the interesting subplot. Portugal sits second in Group K on 4 points, behind Colombia, who lead on 6. That means Portugal still have work to do. But after a performance like that, after 5 goals and a clean sheet, the confidence levels in that camp must be through the roof. Cristiano Ronaldo at a World Cup with form like this is one of the most dangerous things in football. The rest of Group K has been warned. From one extreme to another, because in Group L, we had one of the most baffling, most frustrating, most dramatic goalless draws you will ever witness at a World Cup. England 0, Ghana 0, and on paper that sounds like a tight, tense, competitive encounter, but let me give you the numbers, because the numbers tell a story of total and utter English dominance that somehow produced absolutely nothing. England had 78% of the ball, 78. They registered 19 shots in total. They had 9 corner kicks. Declan Rice was everywhere in midfield. Jude Bellingham was probing, turning, creating. Harry Kane was leading the line. Anthony Gordon and Noni Madueke were causing problems out wide. And yet, the scoreboard read 0 at full time. Ghana's goalkeeper Benjamin Asare was inspired, absolutely inspired. With just 22% possession, with just 2 shots across the entire 90 minutes, Ghana found a way to survive. Their defensive shape was extraordinary. Thomas Partey patrolled in front of the back 4, winning second balls, breaking up attacks, organizing his teammates with relentless discipline. And when England did get shots away, Asare was there, cool, calm, unbreakable. England will be furious. Jordan Pickford barely touched the ball. 4 shots on target for the 3 Lions, and none of them went in. That is the nightmare scenario for any attacking team. Despite all of that frustration, England remained top of Group L on 4 points, level with Ghana, who also have 4. Croatia sit just behind on 3. This group is absolutely alive going into the final match day. England cannot afford another performance like that. The goals must come. At a World Cup, chances like the ones they missed tonight do not always come around again. And in the other Group L fixture, Croatia did what Croatia do. They grind, they organize, they find a way. Panama 0, Croatia 1, and it was a single goal that separated these sides, a 54th minute strike that proved to be the difference in a tight, physical encounter. Croatia had 58% possession. Luka Modric, showing absolutely no signs of slowing down, was directing traffic from midfield. Mateo Kovacic alongside him providing the energy and the ball-winning qualities. Josko Gvardiol bombing forward from left back. Petar Musa leading the line with power and movement. Croatia are a complete team, a team that knows exactly what they are doing. Panama pushed. They had 7 corners, they had 8 shots, but only 3 on target, and Croatia's defensive unit, disciplined, experienced, organized, held firm all evening. Dominik Livakovic in goal made the stops when he needed to. Croatia now have 3 points and are right in the mix for the knockout rounds. Panama, unfortunately, have 0 points from 2 games. Their World Cup dream is hanging by the thinnest of threads. Now, let's go to Group B, where Switzerland and Canada served up one of the nights of the tournament so far. End-to-end, emotional, brilliant. Switzerland 2, Canada 1, and the storyline was sensational. Switzerland were the better team in the first half, but couldn't find the goal. Then, right on the stroke of halftime, the 46th minute, almost the last kick before the break, they struck 1-0 Switzerland. And then barely 10 minutes into the second half, 57th minute, they made it 2-0. Canada were rocked, flattened. Gregor Kobel in the Swiss goal hadn't been tested much, while Granit Xhaka was marshalling the midfield with authority and composure. But Canada did not quit. Jonathan David, one of the most clinical strikers in world football right now, was leading the line and creating havoc, and in the 76th minute, Canada pulled one back, 2-1. Suddenly, the game was alive again. The final 14 minutes were frantic, breathless, and full of intensity. Canada threw everything at Switzerland, 7 shots on target across the match, and the Swiss goalkeeper Kobel was sensational, making 6 saves in total to preserve the win. Switzerland now top Group B with 7 points, 2 wins and a draw, and they are in superb shape. Canada have 4 points and are second, but Bosnia and Herzegovina are also on 4. This group goes to the wire. Switzerland are looking like a very dark horse in this tournament. Disciplined, dangerous, and with Briel Embolo and Ruben Vargas carrying real threat up front. In the parallel Group B fixture, we had a much more straightforward affair, although the first half had its moments. Bosnia and Herzegovina 3, Qatar 1, and Bosnia showed their quality in devastating fashion. 29th minute, 1-0 Bosnia. 5 minutes later, 34th minute, 2-0. Bosnia were electric in that opening half hour, cutting through Qatar's defenses repeatedly. But Qatar showed a little fight. In the 42nd minute, they pulled one back through Akram Afif, who has been one of the more technically gifted players in this group. 2-1 at halftime, and suddenly the second half felt like it could open up. But Bosnia, marshaled superbly by the veteran Edin Dzeko, who continues to lead by example at international level, were not going to let this slip. They controlled the second period, and in the 80th minute, they sealed it, 3-1. Bosnia finishing the game with 15 shots, 5 of those on target, and 55% possession. Sead Kolasinac bombing up and down the left flank. Demirovic and Dzeko combining up top with intelligence and physicality. Bosnia have 4 points and are still very much alive. Qatar are on just 1 point, and their tournament looks to be coming to a sad end. The country that hosted a World Cup 4 years ago may not be going through this time. And now, the moment the world was waiting for, Brazil. 3 goals, an absolute statement of intent. Scotland 0, Brazil 3, and the Seleção are making this tournament their own. 7 minutes, 7. That is how long it took Brazil to break the deadlock. Before Scottish fans had barely settled into their seats, Brazil were ahead. Vinicius Jr. tormenting the left channel, Lucas Paqueta linking the midfield to attack, Bruno Guimaraes providing the anchor and the creativity in equal measure, Matheus Cunha causing havoc across the front line. Scotland tried, they really tried. Andy Robertson pushing forward from left back, Scott McTominay driving from midfield, Lawrence Shanklin leading the line with physical presence, but the gulf in class was undeniable. And then in the 45th minute, on the stroke of halftime, Brazil twisted the knife, 2-0 at the break, Scotland heading down the tunnel with their heads ringing. The second half brought the third goal, 60 minutes exactly, and from that point the match was over as a contest. Brazil registered 21 shots total, 8 on target. They had 54% possession, and every time they accelerated into space, Scotland's defensive line creaked and strained. Alisson Becker in the Brazilian goal, virtually untested. 5 shots on target is all Scotland could muster. Brazil now have 7 points in Group C and sit at the top. They have the quality, the depth, the tactical intelligence, and the firepower across every position. In a tournament field of 48 teams, Brazil are looking every inch like genuine champions. If Brazil versus Scotland was the statement of the night, Morocco versus Haiti was the entertainment of the night. A 6-goal thriller, a comeback story, a roller coaster of emotions, and ultimately a brilliant Moroccan win. Morocco 4, Haiti 2, and this was not straightforward. Morocco leveled in the 39th minute through Ayoub El Kaabi, and the energy shifted, but then drama. Haiti scored again. 43rd minute, 2-1 Haiti. Are we really watching this? Yes, we really were. And then in the 45th minute, one of the most breathtaking moments of this entire World Cup, Morocco equalized again right before halftime. 2-2. The stadium was in absolute pandemonium. The second half saw Morocco's quality ultimately dominate. Sofiane Amrabat and Neil El Ainaoui took control of midfield. Brahim Diaz and Bilal El Khanous created on both flanks. Morocco had 69% possession, 19 total shots, and 12 on target. Haiti's goalkeeper Johnny Placide made 7 saves, absolutely heroic. But in the 78th minute, Morocco broke through for 3-2. Then in the 89th minute, the fourth. Morocco 4, Haiti 2, full time. Morocco now share the top of Group C with Brazil, both on 7 points. The final day of Group C is going to be absolutely electric. 2 giants with everything still to play for. Let's go to Group A and let's talk about Mexico, because El Tri, the co-hosts of this magnificent tournament, are on a march that is sending their fans into absolute delirium. Mexico 3, Czechia 0. Perfect record, 9 points from 3 games, 3 wins, 0 defeats, 0 draws. Mexico are top of Group A, and they are playing with the swagger and confidence of a team that believes, genuinely believes, this is their time. The first 55 minutes were tight. Czechia kept it organized, Matej Kovar in goal was sharp, their defensive shape was compact and disciplined. Mexico had the ball but couldn't find the way through. Then, 55th minute, the dam broke. Mexico 1-0, and 6 minutes later, 61st minute, 2-0. The game turned completely in those 6 extraordinary minutes. Then, in the final minute of normal time, the 90th minute, Mexico scored a third to put the exclamation mark on the victory. 3-0, clinical, decisive, perfect. Luis Romo controlling midfield, Roberto Alvarado creating chances, Julian Quiñones and Guillermo Martinez providing the forward threat. Mexico had 11 shots total, 5 on target. Czechia had 12 shots, but only one on target all game. Mexico go into their final group game with maximum points and maximum momentum. On home soil, with the crowd roaring, with this kind of form, they are genuinely frightening opponents for anyone in this tournament. And the match of pure heart, pure grit, and pure defensive excellence in Group A. South Africa 1, Korea Republic 0. A result that has the whole of the African continent celebrating. Korea had 69% possession. They had Kang In Lee pulling strings, Hee Chan Hwang pressing relentlessly, Yeongju Oh leading the line with pace and movement. They had 7 shots. They did everything but score. South Africa soaked it up, they organized, they tracked every run, they blocked every cross, and their goalkeeper Ronwen Williams was absolutely outstanding. Williams made save after save, commanding his box, reading the game, keeping Korea Republic shut out completely. And then, 63rd minute, South Africa scored. A goal is a goal, and South Africa took their chance when it arrived. Evidence Magopa led the line with relentless pressing that unsettled Korea's buildup, and Relebohile Mofokeng's energy on the wing was outstanding all evening. South Africa had 14 shots total, 4 on target, and they made every single one count. They moved to 4 points. They are alive, they are fighting. Bafana Bafana, what a story, what a team. Before we look ahead to tonight, let's give Group K its proper due, because Colombia are making a very quiet, very efficient, and very convincing case for being dark horse contenders at this World Cup. Colombia 1, Congo DR 0, and the manner of the victory was perhaps more impressive than the scoreline suggests. James Rodriguez, there he is, the magician, the architect, the man who once lit up a World Cup in Brazil over a decade ago and is still here, still doing it, still bending this game to his will at international level. James operating behind the strikers, linking everything together, reading space that other players simply cannot see. Joan Arias providing pace and dynamism on the right, Luis Diaz, electric, unpredictable, devastating, making Colombia's left flank a constant danger zone. Colombia dominated possession with 66% of the ball. They had 20 shots total, 20, and 9 of those were on target. Against a Congo DR side featuring Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Chancel Mbemba, and Axel Tuanzebe in defense, real Premier League quality, Colombia's persistence was genuinely impressive. The Congo DR goalkeeper Lionel Mpasi made 8 saves. 8! That is heroic goalkeeping. The only goal came in the 76th minute, 1-0, and that was enough. Colombia now lead Group K with 6 points from 2 games. Perfect record. They have the quality, the experience, and crucially, the belief. The Elephants sit on 3 points, and a win would be crucial. Ivory Coast carry an 83% win probability, but this is a World Cup and the numbers do not always tell the full story. Then in Group F, the Netherlands take on Tunisia and Japan face Sweden simultaneously. The Dutch are overwhelming favorites against Tunisia with a 91% win probability and should have too much quality. But Group F is fascinating. Japan and Sweden meeting in a fixture that could go either way. Japan hold a 51% win probability. This is a genuine contest, and whoever wins goes into a very strong position. And in Group D, the USA take on Turkey, while Paraguay face Australia. The Americans lead Group D on 6 points and are looking to wrap up qualification. Turkey have 0 points and are in desperate shape. Meanwhile, Paraguay and Australia are both on 3. The winner of that match could leapfrog into second place and keep their knockout dreams firmly alive. That is your World Cup for June 25, 2026. Brazil marching, Mexico perfect, Portugal ruthless, Morocco stunning, South Africa heroic, Colombia composed, and England still searching for that goal, that spark, that moment to ignite their campaign. The group stages are reaching their critical, decisive final match days, and the tension across every single group is absolutely unbearable in the best way possible. Every kick, every save, every header, every last-minute strike, it all matters now. This is the FIFA World Cup 2026, the greatest sporting event on the planet, and we are right in the middle of it. Stay with us, stay locked in, because this beautiful game, right now, in this moment, has never been more beautiful. We'll see you at the next whistle.